So, have you ever felt that powerful, almost irresistible urge to learn a new language?
Oh, absolutely. I think most of us have at some point.
Yeah, and maybe you started with these, grand ambitions,
Yeah.
picturing yourself chatting away effortlessly, maybe.
Or reading novels in the original.
Exactly. But then, almost as quickly, it kind of fizzles out.
hmm Happens a lot. Maybe you get drowned in vocabulary lists, or the grammar feels overwhelming.
Or just that feeling of being lost. Too much information. You want to be well-informed. You want those aha moments.
Or instead, it just feels like a chore, or you stall out completely.
Well, if that sounds familiar, especially if you're a beginner on your English journey, you are absolutely in the right place today.
Indeed.
Uh,
Today, we're doing a deep dive into a really, really fantastic source. Everyday English for Beginners, a daily practice guide.
okay.
And this isn't just another textbook.
Hmm.
It's definitely not some dry list of exercises. What really makes this guide stand out is its philosophy. It's a really refreshing, almost revolutionary approach to language learning.
Interesting. So what's our mission today?
Well, our mission here is to pull out the most practical, the most actionable nuggets from this guide, distill them specifically for you, the learner,
Right.
to help you make English a natural, seamless, and honestly, an enjoyable part of your daily life.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Enjoyable is key.
It really is. And the most liberating promise this guide makes right from the start is this. You do not need to speak perfect English. You do not need to learn 1,000 words today. You only need to do one thing. Make English part of your life. Every day. A little English.
Wow. That's a big relief right there.
It's a complete reframe, isn't it? Moving away from intimidation and towards integration.
That opening promise, that core idea, it's just so incredibly liberating, isn't it?
It really is.
It sets a completely different tone right away, which I think is so crucial if you're a beginner in English. Because, so often we approach language learning with this huge weight, this intense pressure for perfection.
We think we need to master everything.
Yeah.
Every tense, every idiom.
Right. Before we even dare to open our mouths. But this guide just flips that completely.
And it does. It says perfection isn't just not the goal. It's actually like a distraction.
Yeah.
Especially when you're just starting out.
So what's the secret then, according to the guide?
Consistency. Small daily interactions. It's about chipping away, little by little.
Like a sculptor.
Exactly like a sculptor. Refining things with countless small touches,
Right.
not trying to carve the whole thing in one massive go.
That makes sense. And what about the psychological side of that?
Well, that's what's truly insightful here. When you consciously take away that immense pressure to be perfect or fluent overnight,
Yeah.
you immediately reduce the anxiety, that fear of making mistakes, of sounding silly. It paralyzes so many learners.
I can totally see that.
So by shifting the focus to consistency, to tiny daily interactions, you're not just learning vocabulary or grammar. You're building confidence.
Yeah.
Real deep-seated confidence.
So it becomes a sustainable habit.
Exactly. It fosters a sustainable habit.
Okay.
It turns this potentially daunting climb into a series of manageable, even enjoyable steps. It's about integrating the language into your life, not cramming it in like for an exam you'll forget later.
You're building something that lasts.
You really are.
Yeah.
For the long haul.
And speaking of mindset, the guide brings in something really powerful, but it seems almost deceptively simple. Affirmations.
Ah, yes, the affirmations.
It asks you to repeat, I can learn English, I will learn English, I love English. But it's not just thinking it quietly. The guide specifically says, louder, with confidence.
That part's key.
There's something about actually speaking those positive statements out loud with conviction, feeling the vibration. It feels different.
It absolutely does. It's a physical act. It can genuinely shift your internal state, kind of priming your mind for what's coming.
Makes you feel like, okay, this is my time, my practice, taking ownership.
Spot on. And this connects directly to the cognitive science behind affirmations.
How so?
Well, when you engage in positive self-talk, especially with that vocal, physical emphasis, saying it loud, feeling it, you're actively priming your brain for success.
Okay.
You're essentially weakening those self-limiting beliefs, the ones that might have built up over years of maybe trying and struggling before.
Like building a new pathway in the brain.
Precisely. a powerful neuro-linguistic connection. You're building a stronger bridge, linking positive thoughts to your ability to learn, telling your brain, I'm ready, I'm capable, this is actually enjoyable.
Setting that foundation of readiness.
Yes, clearing the path for the learning to really take root. That's why the guide stresses it is your time, your practice. You're not passive. You're an active, empowered participant.
I really like that. And what really hooks me about this guide is its commitment to that little by little philosophy.
The micro-learning aspect.
It just keeps emphasizing the power of minimal effort. One sentence, one word, one small thought each day.
Right. It's not about these huge, heroic study sessions.
No, it's about consistent, tiny efforts. And when you think about habit formation generally, fitness, saving money, whatever.
It's always the small steps, repeated consistently.
Exactly. That's what leads to the big, lasting progress that feels so counterintuitive sometimes in our more is better world, but it works.
And it works precisely because it dodges those common traps like burnout or feeling totally overwhelmed.
Right. If you aim for an hour a day, it's easy to miss one day, then two.
And then you feel defeated. But one sentence or one word, you can do that even on your craziest day.
Makes it accessible.
Totally. And this consistent low-pressure engagement reinforces the idea that English isn't some chore or a difficult subject.
It becomes your friend. I love that phrase from the guide.
Me too. It transforms learning into something organic, almost unconscious, like how kids pick up their first language. Constant, small, natural exposures.
Not rigid lessons.
No. It fosters this gentle familiarity. English feels like a welcome companion, not a demanding taskmaster. You're nurturing a relationship with the language, #tag bringing English into your everyday actions.
Okay, so we've got the mindset foundation laid. Where does the guide take us next in terms of practical everyday actions?
It moves seamlessly into daily integration, starting right at the beginning of your day, your morning rituals.
Makes sense. Start as you mean to go on.
Exactly.
Yeah?
It suggests something incredibly simple, but really impactful. Just saying good morning in English.
Okay.
And looking in the mirror and declaring also in English, today will be a good day.
Combining it with affirmations again.
Yes. Think about the immediate effect of starting your day by intentionally engaging with the language. It grounds you right away in an English-speaking mindset. No pressure, just setting a positive tone.
It's like a gentle personal immersion first thing.
It is. And it's brilliant because it connects this abstract idea of learning a language to concrete, familiar actions.
Like waking up, looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
Things we do automatically.
Precisely. Our brains are great at linking new info to existing pathways. So associating English phrases with these routine actions creates natural memory hooks.
So you're making English part of your existing life, not adding another task.
Exactly. Not an add-on, not an extra burden. You're subtly telling your brain, this is just how we do things now, part of the routine. It turns passive exposure into active personal engagement.
I like that, grounding it in reality. What else?
Well, it takes that integration idea further with what it calls the I am sentences.
Okay, how does that work?
It's a super easy, intuitive way to describe your daily actions using the simple present continuous tense. Like,
Give me some examples.
I am brushing my teeth. I am drinking water. I am eating breakfast. I am walking to class. Even I am feeling happy.
So you're connecting English directly to what you're doing right now.
Yes. You turn these mundane, everyday activities, things you do without thinking, into active, effortless learning moments.
It's like a constant, low-effort language bath.
That's a great way to put it. It immerses you without feeling overwhelming.
And is this important for, like, conversation later?
Absolutely. This technique is a foundational step for conversational fluency. By linking verbs directly to your personal experience, your immediate actions.
You're not just memorizing lists.
No, you're creating a lived, embodied understanding. The guide points out, you do these things every day, so say them in English every day.
Repetition builds automaticity.
Right, you're building the muscle memory for talking about yourself and your routine, which is a huge part of everyday chat, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
It moves you from theory to practice, making the language feel really relevant to your world, connecting the dots between actions and words.
Making it less abstract, more real.
Exactly.
So what about when you step outside? Does the guide have ideas for that?
It does. It gently encourages you to take this practice literally outside, to actively observe your surroundings and describe what you see. In English, of course.
Like what?
Simple things. The sun is shining, the road is busy, I see people walking, the sky is blue.
Ah, so using your environment as the textbook.
Precisely. It's such a simple yet powerful way to expand vocabulary organically and practice sentence structure in context. Your whole world becomes this impromptu, always available language classroom.
You don't need special materials, just open your eyes.
Exactly. And it's so effective because it helps you build descriptive power, create a mental catalog of phrases related to your environment.
Better than a static picture in a book.
Much better. Because it engages your senses, sight, sound, maybe even the feel of the sun or wind. It ties the language to real-world experience. You're not just observing, you're actively engaging with the world in English.
Makes the language feel alive.
Very much so. It brings the outside world into your learning journey.
And woven through all these practical exercises, there's that recurring phrase, English becomes your friend.
Yes, that humanizing philosophy. It's beautiful, isn't it?
It really is. It's not just a subject or a task. It's framed as a companion, a relationship to nurture.
And that shift in perspective, from daunting task to enjoyable companionship, that's huge for long-term motivation.
Takes the pressure off, makes it feel more welcoming.
Definitely. Less like an obligation, more like an opportunity for connection.
So that psychological shift is pretty critical.
Absolutely critical for sustained motivation and, importantly, for genuine enjoyment. If you view English as a friend, you're more likely to spend time with it, be patient, forgive yourself for mistakes.
Reinforces those affirmations too, right? I enjoy learning English.
Exactly. This positive emotional framing builds resilience. It helps you keep going when challenges pop up. Those hurdles become just friendly obstacles, maybe. Knowing your friend is there to help you navigate them.
Makes it less about rigid rules, more about connection.
A living, breathing connection.
Yes.
Okay, let's unpack this next section because the guide calls it something very important.
Ah, yes. Thinking in English.
It says thinking in English, yes. Thinking, not translating. That distinction immediately jumped out at me.
It's crucial.
Because it tackles one of the biggest, most frustrating traps for learners, right? That habit of constantly translating from your native language. We all do it, especially at first. Form the thought in language A, then mentally convert it word for word into English before speaking.
And that process, as the guide suggests, is just slow, a bottleneck.
A huge roadblock to real fluency.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. And what's really insightful is understanding how the brain actually adapts when you learn to think directly.
Tell me more about that.
Well, the cognitive load of constant translation is massive. Every time you process in your native language, translate, then maybe check the translation, you're using multiple slower brain pathways.
Like taking the scenic route when there's a highway.
Exactly like that, a winding, congested back road. When you train yourself to think directly in English, you're literally building new, faster neural pathways, bypassing the translation step altogether.
Creating direct connections between concepts and English words.
Yes, which is fundamental for automatic, quick language processing. You're essentially rewiring your brain's language architecture for English, building that superhighway.
Okay, that sounds amazing, but maybe a bit daunting for a beginner. How do you even start doing that? What's the first practical step?
The guide gives us a wonderfully simple, almost deceptively easy practice. Just naming objects.
Just naming them.
Just naming them. Not forming big sentences yet.
Yeah.
Just associating the object directly with its English name. Look at your pen. Say, pen.
Chair.
Chair. Look outside, blue sky. Touch your hand. This is my hand. Your phone. This is my phone.
And the guide says you don't have to make a big sentence. Just say the word.
Right. Say it clearly or quietly in your mind or out loud if you're comfortable. Whatever works.
Why is that simple step so powerful?
Because it builds immediate vocabulary recall, and crucially, it trains your brain to associate things directly with their English names.
So the English word becomes the primary label.
Exactly. Not a secondary translation. Think of it as just labeling your world in English. It's foundational, often overlooked, but absolutely essential for that direct, intuitive link between thought and language.
Bypassing that initial translation struggle.
Creating an immediate English response to what you see.
Okay, so starting with simple naming, what's the next step up from that?
The guide suggests moving to small sentences in your head.
Ah, the internal monologue.
Exactly. So when you're walking, you silently think, I am walking. Eating. I am eating rice. Smiling. I am happy. Tired. I need to rest.
So you're integrating English into your internal narrative, making it a constant, quiet companion.
Yes, like a continuous personalized language immersion program running silently in your own mind. Always there, always reinforcing.
And this ties back to the little by little idea again.
Perfectly. The guide stresses, you don't need perfect grammar. You don't need big words. You need practice. You need repetition. You need daily thinking.
So it builds comfort without pressure.
Immense comfort. It's your private mental space, your lab. You can experiment, make mistakes, solidify understanding without any fear or self-consciousness.
The ultimate low-stakes practice.
Absolutely. Genuine fluency is often forged in these quiet internal moments. Piece by simple piece.
The guide then offers a specific structured exercise too, right? The 1-minute thinking practice.
Yes. I love this one. You close your eyes, listen to your surroundings, and then think along with simple prompts, all in English.
Wow.
Like, I see the sun is bright, I feel warm. Or, I hear birds, they're singing. Then maybe, I walk to the road, I see a car, it is red, I feel happy. I say good morning, the day is good.
It sounds so simple, almost too easy, but effective.
Incredibly effective. It's a quick, focused burst of pure English thought, a powerful mini immersion.
How does it work on the brain?
It actively trains the brain to process sensory input, what you see, hear, feel, and your own feelings directly in English. It solidifies that habit of thinking in the target language.
So if we connect that to the bigger picture.
This is fundamentally how fluency truly begins. Not just speaking out loud, but in the underlying cognitive processing. You're not translating observations into English, you're having the observations in English.
You can it feel natural, intuitive.
Seamlessly integrated into your consciousness. Almost like a second internal voice starts to emerge. It's a huge step towards native-like processing.
And the guide circles back to motivation here, doesn't it? Telling us not to wait until we're ready.
Yes, that's such a crucial point. Don't say, I will speak when I am ready. Instead, declare, I am ready now.
I speak now, I think in English now.
It's a powerful call to action, a gentle but firm push. Learning is a process, a journey, not a destination you arrive at perfectly prepared.
Action before perfection.
Exactly. You start to get better. You don't wait until you're better to start.
Why is that mindset shift so important?
Because that belief that you need to be ready is such a common procrastination trap. It's a comfort zone that keeps so many learners stuck.
So declaring, I am ready now, breaks that.
It does. You're embracing the process, imperfections and all. Choosing proactive engagement over waiting. It reinforces that core message. Thinking in English is a habit. Make it a part of your life.
It's a daily choice.
A conscious commitment to those small, consistent actions that really add up over time. Empowering the present moment of your journey. #Hags your phone as your English teacher.
Okay, this next section feels incredibly relevant, really innovative for our modern lives.
The phone section, yes.
The guide suggests something maybe we haven't fully embraced. Your phone can be your English teacher.
It's brilliant, isn't it? We all have our phones with us constantly.
Practically glued to our hands sometimes.
Right. So the guide cleverly shows how to turn this device from a potential time waster,
Which it definitely can be.
into a powerful, always available personal learning tool, leveraging what you already do, but with intention.
Making screen time productive language time.
Exactly. Without needing to carve out a separate study hour. It's a super efficient way to boost your exposure and create consistent practice, making your environment work for you.
So what's the first tip? It sounds a bit bold.
It is direct. Change your phone's language to English.
Ooh, okay. The guide admits that might be tough at first.
It's honest about it. Yes, it may feel hard at first, and it probably will. Navigation might be tricky. You might feel a bit lost initially.
Yeah, the benefit is
The sheer volume of consistent, practical exposure to essential vocabulary. Think about words like settings, gallery, call history, messages, battery, update.
words you see all the time anyway.
All the time. They become ingrained through sheer repetition, through interacting with them daily. You learn them by doing, not by memorizing.
Is there a name for that kind of learning?
We call it incidental learning, acquiring knowledge just by interacting with your environment, even without actively trying to memorize.
You have to figure things out from context.
Exactly. You deduce meaning, recognize patterns. This passive constant exposure builds strong familiarity. As the guide says simply, that's good, that's practice. Effortless exposure with big payoffs.
Okay, that makes sense. What's tip number 2?
Using voice search in English. This is a fantastic low-pressure way to practice speaking. Well, think about the convenience. You just ask your phone, what is the time now?
Yeah.
Or play relaxing music.
Open YouTube. What is the weather today?
Right, or even translate Apple and Bangla. You get immediate feedback, and it feels like a mini conversation, even with an AI.
Takes away the social anxiety of speaking to a person.
Completely. It's a safe space to experiment with pronunciation and phrasing.
So it's authentic practice.
Truly authentic, real-world speaking practice. You're asking questions you actually need answers to. That conversational loop, even with a machine, builds fluency and confidence.
Testing your spoken English without judgment.
Exactly. That's real English practice, as the guide puts it. It bridges that gap between passive learning and active speaking. A speaking gym in your pocket.
Love that. What's next? Something about videos.
Yes, a classic but always crucial tip. Watch English videos daily.
What kind of videos does it recommend?
It wisely suggests tailoring it for beginners. Easy English videos. Cartoons.
Cartoons.
Because, as it points out, cartoons speak slowly and have great visual cues, making comprehension easier.
Okay. Or short interviews? Slow news?
Right. The key isn't necessarily the exact content, but the quantity and consistency. Just 5 minutes daily.
Just 5 minutes. That seems manageable.
Very manageable. And the golden rule, no day without English. That tiny commitment builds powerful momentum.
So it's about comprehensible input.
Vital. Watching videos, especially with visuals, helps you understand context, even if you miss words. And that no day without English rule, it's non-negotiable for habit formation.
Prevents those gaps where you forget things.
Exactly. Builds an unbroken chain of exposure, consistency is king, builds listening skills almost effortlessly.
Okay, another phone tip. This one sounds interesting. Using the phone to speak and listen to yourself.
Yes, this is brilliant. Use your voice recorder app. Say a simple sentence like, today I woke up at 7 a.m., or I ate lunch with my friends.
And then?
Immediately play it back. Listen to yourself.
That sounds potentially awkward.
The guide admits it. It may feel funny, and it probably will. But it also says very directly, but it helps a lot. Do this daily.
Why does it help so much?
The power of self-assessment is huge. When you listen back, you become your own pronunciation coach, your own grammar checker.
You can hear where you might be unclear or struggling with sounds.
Exactly. Or where your rhythm feels off. It builds speaking confidence because you internalize the sound of your English voice, making it feel less foreign.
An objective, non-judgmental mirror.
Precisely. You hear, you refine, you progress.
Okay, one more phone tip. Something about reminders.
Yes, subtle but really effective. Set your alarms or calendar reminders in English.
Like what?
Things like drink water, read for 30 minutes, speak 5 English sentences, think in English.
Ah, so they're not just practical reminders.
No, they're constant visual cues. Every time your phone lights up, your eyes see English, your brain processes English, reinforcing vocabulary and actions all day long.
Taps into spaced repetition.
Directly. Seeing these phrases repeatedly, tied to real actions, reinforces them in a practical context, makes English truly part of your life.
Weaving it into your daily tasks.
Yes, a passive yet persistent exposure. Mini learning moments every time you glance at your phone. Very clever.
So summing up this phone section, the guide has a pretty powerful concluding thought.
It does. A profound reminder. Your phone is powerful. It can waste time, or it can change your life.
Puts the power right back in your hands. The choice is yours.
And it reinforces that idea of intentionality in learning. Your phone isn't passive, it's a dynamic tool.
So use it consciously for English practice.
Make that deliberate, empowering decision. As the guide encourages, let it help you, let it teach you, let it bring English into your daily life. Harnessing tech for personal growth, it's a game changer if used wisely.
Okay, so we've covered thinking in English, observing, using the phone. But now we get to what often feels like the biggest hurdle, actually speaking.
Right, the active production part.
The guide just puts it out there. Now you will talk in English. A direct challenge.
But it immediately softens it with that core philosophy again. You don't need to be perfect.
Yeah, it says, you only need to repeat after me. Speak slowly, speak clearly, and speak with confidence.
It's about building the courage just to make the sounds initially.
And how does simple repetition help with fluency? Seems basic.
Well, what's fascinating is how even simple repetition builds robust neural pathways for fluency. It's not about complex conversation yet. It's about muscle memory for articulation.
Getting your mouth used to the shapes and sounds?
Exactly. And overcoming that initial hesitation to produce sounds in a new language. The guide even gives specific affirmations for speaking, like, I am not afraid to speak. My English is getting better. I'm not shy. Repeating these helps program your brain and mouth for English speech.
Building physical dexterity and psychological courage.
Yes. It's a gradual desensitization to the fear of speaking.
Then it moves into repeating full sentences, right? Starting with daily routines.
Things like, I wake up in the morning, I say good morning, I brush my teeth, I drink a glass of water.
And initially, you say them slowly.
Slowly, deliberately, almost painstakingly. But then, it gently ups the pace. Let's go again a little faster now.
So you repeat, but quicker. I learn a little every day. I speak without fear. I grow with practice.
That progression, slow and steady, then a bit faster, feels like a really natural way to build fluency and automaticity.
Like building stamina.
Exactly. Increasing the pace challenges you to retrieve phrases more quickly, mimicking natural conversation speed.
So it builds fluidity, less conscious effort.
Yes. Moving beyond just understanding to producing with less mental translation. It trains your brain to access and produce language faster.
Preparing you for more spontaneous talk. Building that reflex.
Precisely. Making real-time conversation less daunting.
And throughout all this speaking practice, the guide hammers home that mantra.
Practice makes progress. Not perfect, just progress.
Such an important distinction. It shifts the goal away from some impossible ideal of perfection.
Which just leads to frustration.
Towards embracing the continuous journey of improvement. Takes the pressure off.
Hugely. Allows you to embrace the messy, iterative process without feeling like a failure if you're not flawless.
And that mindset fosters resilience.
Incredible psychological resilience.
Yeah.
Essential for any long-term learning. When you internalize that the goal is progress, not perfection, you're way more likely to keep going, even on hard days.
Reframing mistakes as learning opportunities.
Exactly. Not failures, just data points. And that constant affirmation, you're becoming more confident, encourages you to persevere, knowing every small effort contributes to growth.
Celebrating the journey, not just the destination.
Spot on. Believing that small, consistent steps, imperfections and all, are the most effective path.
Okay, now this next part. The guide calls it a secret, but it feels like something successful learners often figure out.
Yes. Talking to yourself.
One of the best ways to practice English is to talk to yourself. It sounds so simple, but it's kind of brilliant.
It is, because it frees you from so many constraints. No teacher needed, no partner, no scheduling language exchanges.
Just you and your voice.
Pure, unadulterated, judgment-free practice. Anytime, anywhere.
And why is that lack of judgment so powerful? How does it help the brain?
Well, it really raises that question of how self-talk rewires our cognitive processes. When you talk to yourself, you create a completely safe, zero-stakes environment.
No fear of embarrassment, no pressure.
None in whatsoever. This psychological freedom lets your brain experiment freely, form direct connections between thought, action, and expression without the burden of social rules or performance anxiety.
Like an internal loop, bypassing translation.
Completely. Makes English feel profoundly organic and natural. It's your mind's laboratory to play and grow.
So how do you actually do it? What does the guide suggest?
It starts really practically. Just narrate your actions. As you go about your day, think or say.
Like what?
I am walking. I am cooking. I am reading a book. I am thinking. I am drinking tea. I am feeling sleepy.
Just saying what you're doing out loud or in your head.
Right. And it's so effective because it directly connects English with action. You're building and strengthening those neural pathways by linking the language to your immediate lived experience.
Creating a running commentary of your life in English.
Exactly. It makes English integrated, not just rules or words, but an active, fluid part of your consciousness. It's like constant immersion without leaving home. Trains your brain to process reality directly in English.
Okay, narrating actions. What's next?
The important step of expressing feelings. Practicing saying things like, I feel happy, I feel tired, I feel excited.
I feel bored. I feel relaxed. I feel strong. I feel ready.
Being able to articulate your inner state, your emotions in English, that's vital for authentic communication, moving beyond just facts to your internal world.
Building emotional intelligence in English.
That's a great way to put it. It allows for more nuanced self-expression, a deeper connection with the language. Transforms English into a vehicle for understanding and communicating your subjective experience. Crucial for feeling truly at home in the language.
Makes sense. And
Yeah.
can you use this self-talk for future things too?
Absolutely. Stating your plans. I will go to the market. I will call my friend. I will study English.
I will write in my notebook. I will listen to English songs. I will sleep early tonight.
These are simple. They're real. They're relevant to your life.
So you're basically rehearsing for future conversations.
Exactly. Making the practice immediately applicable and purposeful.
Yeah.
Building confidence for when you need these structures with others.
The guide emphasizes these are your life in English.
Yes. It connects the practice directly to your needs and aspirations. Language as a tool for living, not just study.
And it combines things, right? Observation and action.
Yes, takes it a step further. You look at something, name it, then describe what you're doing with it.
Example.
I see a window. I am opening the window. Or maybe I see my phone. I am holding my phone. I am watching a video in English.
Integrating multiple skills. Observation, vocabulary, sentence building.
Right. This multisensory engagement deepens learning significantly. You're connecting perception, thought, language production in real time.
Reinforces that message. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to do it.
Exactly. Shows that practical application, even solo, is more valuable than just theory. Brings language to life through interaction. Learning isn't just absorbing, it's actively interacting.
And the final recommendation for this self-talk, secret weapon.
Make it a consistent daily habit. Every day, talk to yourself for 2 minutes in English.
2 minutes, that's it.
Just 2 minutes. At home,
Yeah.
in the bathroom, in the kitchen, on the road, anywhere.
And the key part, nobody is watching, nobody is judging.
It really emphasizes that complete freedom, the personal nature of it, your private English sanctuary.
And that judgment-free practice really boosts confidence and fluency.
The impact is profound. Removing external pressure lets your natural curiosity and intuition flourish. It's in these quiet moments your dream of speaking English takes shape, becomes real.
Linguistic muscles built without inhibition.
Yes, mistakes are just part of learning. Your English voice becomes more naturally yours. Transformational because it's so low stakes and personal.
Okay, we've unpacked so many great techniques and insights from this guide, but there's always that big question, isn't there? How do you actually keep going?
The motivation question. How do you make it a lasting, integrated part of daily life?
Yeah, something as natural as breathing, not just a phase. Does the guide tackle this?
It addresses it head on. It presents a simple but really effective daily plan designed specifically for consistency and effortless integration.
How does having a plan help with motivation?
Well, it acknowledges the challenge of sustained motivation and gives you this structured yet flexible framework. It helps overcome decision fatigue.
You don't have to think about what to do, just do it.
Exactly. And breaking it into morning, afternoon, evening, night segments creates these consistent micro-interactions all day long.
Preventing those long gaps where you forget things and get discouraged.
Right. Building a web of small, consistent habits that reinforce each other.
Okay, walk me through this daily plan. It sounds really practical.
It is, and it perfectly matches the little by little philosophy. So it's starting. Super simple. Say good morning in English. Look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Say, I will speak English today.
Just 2 quick acts to kickstart the day with intention.
Exactly. Then, afternoon. A quick dose of input and output. Watch 5 minutes of English video. Listen to 1 English sentence and repeat it. Digestible.
Okay, evening.
Evening. Think of 3 sentences in English. Like, I studied today. I ate lunch. I feel good. A moment of quiet reflection. Internal practice. Solidifying the day in English.
And finally, night.
Night before drifting off. Say goodnight in English. Whisper 1 sentence about your day. Maybe, I am learning English. I am proud. A gentle, self-affirming close.
Wow. That plan feels really doable. It weaves into the day naturally.
It's a masterclass in habit stacking and using environmental cues. Each part builds on existing routines, making the English practice feel less like an extra chore.
More like a natural extension of your day.
Right. Even with the busiest schedule, you have these brief moments to engage. This consistent, low-barrier approach is what builds long-term proficiency. Not grand sprints, but steady footsteps.
Keeps the language feeling alive, part of your day, every day.
Exactly. Prevents it from feeling distant or academic.
And the core message underlying this plan seems to be:
You don't need to do everything in one day. You need to do something every day.
little steps, every single day. That's how you grow. That's how you win.
It's the compound effect, beautifully applied to language learning. Each tiny step, however small it feels, adds up to huge progress over time. The consistent drip fills the bucket.
And that builds resilience too, right? The guide mentions off days.
Yes, it's direct and kind. Some days will feel hard, some days will feel slow. But that's okay. That permission to have off days without giving up is crucial.
Be kind to yourself, but stay committed.
Exactly. Understand that every small effort is a brick in the foundation of your fluency.
And to really drive that point home, there's that stark growth equation.
Yes. Leaves no room for doubt. No English today, no progress.
Versus one English sentence today equals growth.
It's so clear, so simple, shows the tangible impact of even minimal daily effort, a powerful motivator.
So that simple equation is key to mastery.
Arguably the single most important key, not just for language, but any skill. It highlights the power of marginal gains.
Each tiny step builds foundational strength.
Underscores that simple truth. Consistent action, no matter how small or imperfect, always yields results. The secret behind long-term success.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, the guide leaves us with some final affirmations.
Yes, powerful ones for resilience, perseverance, self-belief.
Let's hear them.
I will practice English every day. I will not give up. I will not be afraid. I will take one small step. I will keep going.
It really captures the whole philosophy.
It does, and continues. I am brave. I am a learner. I am growing. I speak English. I make English part of my life. The courage to start, persistence to continue, belief to celebrate your growth.
They're not just words to say, are they?
No, they're an invitation to self-compassion, unwavering perseverance, celebrating the effort, the progress, not fixating on some distant perfect endpoint.
And the guide acknowledges the listener's effort too.
Yes. It ends by saying, essentially, you just completed significant listening and speaking practice by engaging with this material. That's not easy. That's special. And yes, you are special too.
That's really validating. Encourages you to keep building on that foundation.
Exactly. #outro.
So as we bring today's deep dive into everyday English for beginners to a close, let's just quickly recap that core philosophy we've unpacked.
It really boils down to consistent daily immersion, doesn't it?
Yeah, taking those small, manageable steps and absolutely prioritizing progress over that elusive, often paralyzing idea of perfection.
Remembering English isn't just a subject to study.
No, it's a habit you cultivate, a friend you welcome into your life, and a powerful tool you're now, hopefully, seamlessly integrating into your everyday.
And, just by listening, thinking, maybe even repeating some phrases with us today, you have been actively speaking English.
That's a great point.
You are becoming more confident. You are, without a doubt, on your own unique path to fluency.
This deep dive really highlights how profound the cumulative impact of those small daily actions can be, right?
Absolutely. On your long-term language growth. And crucially, on your personal confidence. Every word, every sentence, every thought in English, it builds powerfully on the last, compounding into something really remarkable.
And maybe the most provocative thought to leave you with today, something to think about as you continue your journey,
Go on.
is this. Beyond just communication, beyond understanding movies or books, how might making English truly part of your life fundamentally change how you think?
Ooh, interesting.
How might it change how you perceive the world and ultimately who you become as, a global citizen?
That's deep. How does embracing a new language open up entirely new ways of thinking, new connections?
Reveal a new facet of your own identity, even.
It's truly an expansion of self, isn't it? A broadening of your whole world.
Definitely something to ponder.
And remember, your unique voice matters. Keep speaking it, keep thinking it, and keep letting English be an exciting, enriching part of your daily adventure.